Right at this very second, invisible algorithms are predicting exactly when a multi-ton factory press is going to fail. And get this, on the exact opposite side of the world, those very same mathematical principles are diagnosing illnesses from medical scans. Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're skipping the hype and looking straight under the hood at how industrial machine learning models are actually deployed in the real world.
Okay, let's dive right into this. We all know the traditional software paradigm, right? It's all about hard-coded rules and rigid logic. But out in industrial environments, the variables are just way too complex for fixed rules. So machine learning completely flips the script. Instead of following explicit instructions, it ingests massive amounts of historical data to uncover hidden patterns that human engineers literally just can't code by hand.
Here's our roadmap for the explainer today. First, the basics. Second, 4 ways machines learn. Third, the industrial algorithm toolkit. Fourth, machine learning in action. Fifth, choosing models and overcoming hurdles. And finally, number 6, the future of AI. All right, let's kick things off with section 1, the basics.
What you're seeing here is the rigorous journey every single model has to take. But I gotta give you a reality check. Gathering and cleaning data, that usually takes up about 80% of the time. Seriously, if you're trying to predict a wind turbine failure, your model is absolutely useless if your sensor data is just full of noise. And pay close attention to that last step, continuous monitoring. An industrial model isn't just something you set and forget. It's a living, breathing system.
Moving right along to section 2, 4 ways machines learn. So in the industrial world, you're usually choosing between supervised and unsupervised learning. Supervised learning is fantastic if you happen to have years of perfectly labeled historical data, which, let's be honest, is incredibly rare. Because of that, unsupervised learning is often the reality. That's where we unleash algorithms on terabytes of raw, unstructured data and just ask them to find hidden correlations that a human auditor would simply never catch. And this brilliantly illustrates how you can map these learning paradigms directly to massive real-world headaches. We use supervised models for predicting equipment failure because we know exactly what a failure looks like. But semi-supervised learning, that is the unsung hero in healthcare. Why? Because paying top doctors to manually label millions of x-rays is just financially impossible. And reinforcement learning? That's the fascinating trial and error math that actually keeps autonomous robots from crashing into warehouse shelves. Next up, section 3, the industrial algorithm toolkit. I want you to think of this like a futuristic engineer's workbench. You wouldn't use a sledgehammer to drive a tiny screw, right? Simple linear regressions are still your highly reliable workhorses for baseline forecasting. But when you need to parse complex, nonlinear data, like predicting the exact moment a factory part will snap, decision trees and random forests become your go-to tools. And for serious financial risk assessment, gradient boosting is arguably the most powerful tool currently operating in structured business data.
Now, what's really fascinating is what happens when the data gets just too messy for traditional statistics. We actually borrow from biology. Artificial neural networks map mathematical weights to basically mimic our biological synapses. When relationships in the data are completely obscure to human logic, these networks swoop in and find the signal in all that noise. And if you add enough hidden layers to those networks, you get deep learning. Convolutional networks essentially gave machines eyes for computer vision, while recurrent networks completely mastered sequential data. But the absolute game changer here is transformers. Fun fact, while they totally revolutionized natural language processing, powering the chatbots you and I use every single day, they're actually now being aggressively adapted to analyze super complex time series data right on the factory floor.
Let's see how all this builds in section 4, machine learning in action.
When you step off the whiteboard and onto the factory floor, the impact is honestly staggering. In manufacturing, deep learning vision models are actively inspecting microscopic defects on production lines way faster than the human eye could ever process. And over in healthcare, these models aren't trying to replace doctors. Instead, they're acting as a hypervigilant clinical decision support system, spotting tiny anomalies in MRIs and drastically shrinking the timeline for drug discovery. But what's truly wild to me is the cross-industry versatility here. The exact same foundational math powering algorithmic microtreating and real-time fraud detection on Wall Street is currently deployed on farms. Literally, drones are feeding computer vision models to spot crop diseases from the sky, instantly calculating the exact millimeter of fertilizer a specific plant needs. It is quite literally high-frequency trading logic applied to tomatoes.
Think about the power running to the screen you're watching this on right now. In the energy sector, machine learning is silently, constantly balancing regional electricity demand on smart grids to prevent catastrophic blackouts. Meanwhile, route optimization models are navigating mind-boggling global shipping logistics, and retail clustering algorithms are figuring out exactly what you're going to buy next online. It is everywhere.
So let's shift to the practical realities in Section 5, choosing models and overcoming hurdles. Here is the harsh reality of deploying this tech. Bigger is definitely not always better. A massive, complex deep learning model might be highly accurate, but if you're denying someone a mortgage or diagnosing a patient, regulators demand to know exactly why. You can't just point to a black box and shrug. Out in the industry, you constantly have to balance raw accuracy against computational cost and absolute interpretability. And the single biggest hurdle actually happens after you go live: data drift. The world changes, right? An algorithm perfectly trained on supply chain data from 2019 completely hallucinated during the crazy disruptions of 2020. Poor quality data, or even just shifting environments, will break a perfectly coded model. That is exactly why strict data privacy, robust security, crystal clear model explainability, and aggressive continuous retraining are simply non-negotiable.
Finally, let's zoom back out and look at Section 6, the future of AI.
We are currently watching a massive macro shift toward decentralization and simulation. Edge AI is taking incredible processing power and pushing it directly onto local IoT devices, which totally eliminates cloud latency. Meanwhile, digital twins are letting engineers run complex simulations on virtual factories before they ever turn a physical wrench. And federated learning, it's a total paradigm shift. It allows rival organizations to collaboratively train massive foundation models without ever sharing their proprietary raw data.
So, as machine learning solidifies itself not just as a buzzword, but as the fundamental infrastructure of our modern economy, we're left with a truly critical question. As AI evolves to aggressively optimize our physical world, how will we balance the incredible computational scale of machines with the irreplaceable strategic oversight of human expertise? Think about that the next time you see an automated system quietly humming away at work. Thanks for watching The Explainer, and keep exploring.